let's make the salsa to accompany the fajitas. The main ingredients are onion, chili, tomatoes. So I like to marinate the onion in all the flavours of the vinegar and the lime juice early on. So I find onion can sometimes be a little bit bitter. We've got that half onion left over from the fajita mix. Really, I should have really saved the red onion's nicer in this. You can use spring onion as well. And try and chop it up finely, so run through the onion with your knife just to chop it up finely. And then place that in a bowl. It's really nice and fine. Add a couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, which is really good in the salsa. And the other thing that helps sort of macerate that onion is the tomatoes. So we've got some vine tomatoes here. Chop through the end just to start them off. And slice them up and then cut them really finely. If you blend these, it tends to go into a watery mush, so I don't really like a salsa that's like that, but again, it's personal choice. If you look at the ingredients in shop-bought salsa, it's often full of additives, and here you really get the fresh flavours. The coriander will lift that all up, and the chilli, the fresh chilli, it's so much nicer. And hopefully, as you can see, it's really easy to do. Try and pick your tomatoes if they're a bit softer. Again, it's something you can do with your tomatoes if they're going soft. Just make up a sauce, or you can use them in soups and stews just to try and reduce your waste. You can run your knife through them again as well, just to make it a little bit finer. Run your big knife through. So you're nowhere near the blade, you've just got your hand on top of the knife, and you're pushing down as you rotate in this sort of fan-like position. Add that to your garlic and your vinegar. Crush in a clove of garlic. Sorry, add that to your onion and vinegar. Crush in a clove of garlic. So push, peel, and chop this garlic finely. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this. And then squash the garlic into the board. So it's not essential, the salt, but I'm going to salt the salsa with a little pinch anyway, so it does make it a bit easier. There's your crushed garlic. Pop that in. You want a finely chopped chili. These are quite spiky chilies. Spicy. And again, the sooner you get this all in together, it'll start incorporating the flavours. If you don't want it too spicy, then take the seeds out of the chili. These are really fiery, these ones. Depending on the size of your tomatoes is how many you use. So we're going to give this a stir, have a look at it. And look at your sort of ratio onion to tomato, so I'd probably put another tomato in there. But certainly you can smell those flavours, gorgeous, garlic, chilli, and the vinegar. And the other thing that's really going to kick this off is some lime. So we'll get another tomato in and then we'll prepare the lime. Check on your sauce, make sure your sauce isn't sticking to the bottom of the pan. If that's still on the boil. Those chilies. So we've got the beginnings of our salsa: garlic, chili, tomato, onion, some apple cider vinegar. Let's lift the flavour a bit more with some lime. So we're going to use the zest. So take the zest off the lime. This is really important in this one. Really brings that flavour. You'll smell it yourself as it's coming up there. It's just beautiful. All that lovely citrus. So pop that in. If you roll your limes a little bit, you'll loosen the juice in them. And these aren't too pippy, so we'll just squeeze them straight in. Sometimes there isn't as much juice as you'd expect, so as long as you've got a backup, that's fine. I don't mind putting the pulp of the lime in as well, you know, as it comes out, just scrape it on the side of the bowl and get all that pulp in. And really squeeze. Or use a juicer. Use a juicer. I'm going to use another lime, because this one didn't really have much juice in. So let's take the zest off again. And just remember that some of it will be in the grater, so make sure you clear out the grater. Give it a little roll. And hope that this one's got some in. There you go. So that's got plenty in this one. Wipe the flesh off the side, give that a stir. Okay. Now that can sit happily for a day. You know, you can prepare this in advance the night before. If you think you're having fajitas the next day, it's perfect. So let's give it a little taste. So those chilies are really strong, but it's absolutely gorgeous. What you first get is the lime and that nice light vinegariness and the tomato. And then, as you can hear, the chili just kicked. But it is really good. And we're going to put some avocados in there that will just make it a little bit milder. So we might as well have the avocado discussion now. The avocado is getting a bad press in terms of water use, so and land use, but we have to remember that avocados do grow on trees, and trees are really helpful for the environment. Also, their impact in terms of water use is a fraction of the beef industry. So, you know, make your mince, make your fajita base with the mushrooms, the walnuts, the beans, the jackfruit, and you can still enjoy the occasional avocado. They are full of healthy fats. We're just going to slice this into the salsa. If you just wanted a solid guacamole, so I'm going to pop some coriander in there, and then that would be just a salsa. If I was going to make a guacamole, I'd squash these avocados down and then just add a tablespoon of the salsa. So again, lovely avocado, run your knife through, chop it up. They can turn brown, so you want to get the lime and the vinegar flavours in there straight away. You can either add the avocado to the salsa that you've already made, or as I say, just add a spoon of that to there. Let's get some coriander in there. Trim off the ends. And then fold your leaves over. So you got about a tablespoon of chopped coriander. In there, and pop a bit into your guacamole. Beautiful. These are really fresh ingredients and they're absolutely delicious. Take that sprig out. Oops. You can have your guacamole chunky like this, or you can, as I say, blend it down a little bit. Use a fork or squash your avo, but certainly I wouldn't blend the salsa. It's too, it goes like water. Let's give that a taste. That's perfect. And the difference with adding the coriander. So both gorgeous, both quite different.